Hari Om. So today we are going to learn Shitali Pranayam and Sitkari Pranayam. Both these pranayams are known as cooling breaths. Their effects are very similar. Of course, there are some differences, but they are procedural. And if there are any differences in benefits, it's really not mentioned very clearly in the ancient traditions. So we can take them as quite similar. The Shitali Pranayam and Sitkari Pranayam both involve inhalation through mouth. If you talk about Ashtakumbhak, the 8 types of pranayam in Hatha Yoga, or 4 types of pranayam in Ashtanga Yoga, except this Shitali and Sitkari, the inhalation through mouth is not mentioned anywhere. So now what is the purpose of inhalation through mouth? When you inhale through mouth, the air that enters your body passes via your tongue, and the tongue is always wet. And when air is passing via a wet surface, it cools that surface because of the increased rate of evaporation. And in evaporation, there is a heat transfer, so the heat is taken away. So when you inhale through your mouth, the air is also cooled, and that cool air enters through your esophagus, that is through your food pipe, into your stomach, because you are inhaling through mouth. So of course the air goes into your lungs as well, but some air also goes into your mouth and into your stomach, and that has a lot of benefits to offer. So what are the benefits of these 2 pranayams? First, it is very effective in management of acidity, hyperacidity, heartburns. It also is very good to manage your blood pressure, high blood pressure especially. It brings relaxation. It is done as a deep breathing practice, it's not a fast breathing. So naturally it brings relaxation. But that temperature of that air, which is slightly cooler, has a stronger effect on relaxation. Like if I get stressed or if I am angry, I perspire and I feel hot. So if you do the opposite of that, if you try and cool your body internally, it's going to bring relaxation. This is very good for peptic ulcers, or it's also very good for removing the excess heat in our body. The excess heat can cause a lot of problems. Digestive problems, skin problems, migraine, mouth ulcers. So subsequently these 2 types of pranayams is very helpful in management of all these heat related problems. It is of course helpful in nausea, because nausea is again because of the hyperacidity. Then it is very good for hot weather, especially if I am in summer time and it's very hot, then Shitali or Sitkari pranayam reduces the heat in the body and creates a cooling effect. Also it's very good for your hormones. Most of the times the stress hormone cortisol is having this sympathetic activation, and that increases the temperature of our body. So if you reduce this, then the cortisol levels may go down, and that cooling effect is revitalizing and has beneficial influence on balancing of your hormones. Also your nervous system at the same time, because the sympathetic activation, that is stress activation, is going to be deactivated. So naturally you are going to have parasympathetic stimulation. Then this pranayam also is known to have purification effect on your blood. The toxins that are released because of the stress, the toxins, metabolic wastes, these pranayams can easily remove them, flush them out. This is a useful practice for insomnia. This is a practice very beneficial for your teeth and health of your gums. Many times we have bleeding gums, many times we have mouth related infections and bacterias creating bad breath and all of that. So this pranayam actually can be very helpful. In the ancient text, these pranayams are known to rejuvenate your body. Probably this is the effect that I am describing. The anti-stress effect of this pranayam maybe is responsible. So let's learn this pranayam. First is Shitali. In Shitali pranayam, you roll your tongue in Kaki mudra, like crow beak. So you roll it and slightly take it out. And you're going to inhale through that rolled tongue. This is Shitali pranayam. You can hear a slight sound. It's like this. And then exhalation is through your nose, both nostrils. If you want to make it more effective, you can also exhale only through left, because left nostril is Ida Nadi, which is again a cooling principle. Now see, look, the cooling effect of this is actually good in many gynecological problems and in many reproductive system related problems for men as well. And it is said in the ancient texts that the reproductive systems will be positively affected by this Shitali and Sitkari pranayam. So I just showed you the Shitali pranayam. So again, one more time, it's like you roll your tongue. If it is hard for you to roll your tongue, you can just put it out and try and close your mouth from side. And then the tongue will be rolled. Alternatively, you can put a pencil or pen on the tongue and try and wrap your tongue from both sides to the pen. And you will learn it maybe 1 month, 2 months. You will get it. Some people say genetically it's not possible, but look, you have muscles in your tongue. It's about conscious control of these muscles, voluntary control of these muscles. That can be learned. So this response can be learned. But if you can't do it, the Sitkari pranayam, everyone will be able to do it. How to do it? You open the lips, close the teeth, touch the teeth, upper teeth and lower teeth together. Keep the lips open, teeth together. It's like a smile. And then inhale. So the air passes via the gaps in your teeth, and that air passes via tongue, and again it's cooled. So again the similar effect. So it's like this. And exhale through both nostrils or left nostril. Now I told you many benefits, but there are certain precautions and contraindications for this pranayam. Now naturally this is a cooling pranayam. So if you are suffering from cold, cough and fever, then you should not be practicing this pranayam, especially if the fever is because of the cold and cough or flu. Then also if you are suffering from asthma or mucus, some people have excessive mucus accumulated, or sinus related problems, sinus infections and all of that. This is not indicated. This is not advised. If it is a cold climate, if it is winter and if it is snow outside, or if it is very rainy and cold and not comfortable conditions, then you should not be doing this pranayam. If your teeth are sensitive, sometimes the sensitive teeth means the nerves are slightly exposed. It might just create this uncomfortable feeling in your teeth. So you should be careful with that. So if you have low blood pressure, then this pranayam may bring it slightly further down, and then that may make you feel dizzy. But in that case, you can just practice few rounds and stop. So this is about the Shitali and Sitkari pranayam. So let's practice. We'll practice few rounds of Shitali and then few rounds of Sitkari. If you can't do Shitali, then you can start right away with Sitkari. So sitting upright, hands in Dhyana Mudra, roll your shoulders back, open the chest, relax your arms, relax the shoulders, relax the hips, relax the legs, relax the chest and abdomen. Take a long deep inhalation, expanding the abdomen, expanding the chest, and a long deep exhalation. Now open your mouth, roll your tongue and pull it out. If not, just the Sitkari variation. So either this or this, anything. Exhale fully through the nose and start inhaling through the mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through both nostrils. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now inhale through mouth. 1. Exhale through nose. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale through mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through nose. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Normal breathing. If the 4:8 ratio is little higher, you can go to 4:6 or 3:6. Again, we'll do 3 rounds. Maybe you can do Sitkari this time if you have done Shitali before. If you are doing Sitkari, then continue with it. 3 more rounds. So exhale fully and start inhaling through Sitkari. Exhale through left nostril. Inhale through Sitkari. Exhale left. Inhale through Sitkari. Normal breathing. You can practice this pranayam for up to 5 minutes. Bhasrika pranayam or Kapalbhati both increase the heat and they are very good to prevent your cold and cough, very good for throat related ailments, sinus infections, but they increase the heat. Now this pranayam, Shitali or Sitkari, they increase the cold principle in your body. So they are balancing each other. So whenever you practice, it's always beneficial to have a balance between Kapalbhati or Bhasrika pranayam or fast breathing versus the Shitali and Sitkari pranayam. You have to balance it between considering your constitution. If you tend to be slightly overweight, then practice more Bhasrika and Kapalbhati. But you still need to practice a little bit of Shitali and Sitkari for balancing. If you have cold and cough, then practice more Bhasrika and Surya, like right nostril or fast breathing or Kapalbhati. And then little bit of Shitali and Sitkari is necessary. If you are very hot, like you feel always very hot, then you should practice Bhasrika and Kapalbhati or fast breathing, but it should be less and more of Shitali and Sitkari. So this is your own judgment depending on your constitution. So I hope you have understood this, and these pranayams should be practiced together so that it brings balance to your body and mind. So I'm going to stop here. Hari Om.